All right, so I'm not really sure if this is even going to be watch related content, but let's just go with the video and see where it takes us. All right, so I am at the Azores. This is just off the coast of Portugal on the Atlantic, and man, the scenery here is breathtaking, next level.
Then we had our second.
So I know in my last video I said I am not going to be chasing watches anymore, and that is a fact, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to stop thinking about them. Right? I guess old habits they just don't die easily, right? But as I said, I'm at the Azores at the Ponta Delgada. This is San Miguel Islands. I came here to breathe, to slow down, and you know what? It caters exactly to that. But the brain is still ticking, thinking about, what about that Tudor 54, man, with the turquoise dial? So I went to this island chasing peace, chasing serenity, chasing in quiet time, and I got exactly that and a little bit more, and some injuries as well. I walked out with a shoulder injury, attempting to get on some sort of white wave that, the ocean doesn't joke, man, and I've suffered from it. But apart from that, it was a beautiful trip. And over there, I was thinking about this new 54 that Tudor had released, this tropical dial. I know it's turquoise. To me, this is a watch that you would best suit to, I guess being in an island as well. It gives you that island vibes. My personal opinion, and firstly, I think Tudor is in a really good place right now. They're understated, rugged, the heritage in every brushed lug, and now that they've given us this tropical dial, I'm gonna call it tropical dial from now on. It just doesn't get any better. My appreciation for Tudor really comes down to one thing. It's they value what you get for how much you pay. I think it's absolutely reasonably priced. They are increasing prices. Tudor does cost significantly more than they were used to cost a year ago versus 2 years ago. I hope they slow that down. I hope brands overall take a break from these price bumps that they give us every quarter, because it's just getting out of hand. And it kind of devalues a little bit the whole watch for you when it's just overpriced, right? And I'm not sure how long that will last with the way brands are pushing price increases every other quarter. It is starting to feel like a value proposition on borrowed time, really. Tudor is exactly in the same footsteps, but for now, it's still okay. From a price point, it's still not a bad idea. Apart from that, I still trust Tudor, and I like what they're doing, sticking to their tour identity and showing us iteration after iteration what they stand for. I'm absolutely up for it. I wish I had this watch on this trip. One thing I learned here the hard way is that the Atlantic Ocean doesn't play, so for one, I've actually hurt my shoulder attempting to get on some sort of white waves, and that didn't really go well. Secondly, is that it's also interesting, it offers you things more than what you expect. We got on the boat thinking it might be dolphins at most, and little did I know, we actually saw some whales. We spotted whales, and that was a really cool experience. I've never seen anything like that. Very stunning view. You have to check it out. I don't even know if it's watch content anymore. But let's just see what this thing has to offer. And here, the watch that came to mind is no other than the Sub No-Date. That's what crossed my mind. It's actually just called the Submariner, right? Because the Submariner Date is a date version. The No-Date version is just called a Submariner. But I'm calling it No-Date Sub for those who don't know. Rolex didn't just build a dive watch, they built the dive watch. Like in a place like that, this is less flex and more survival tools, even though I'm not going to use it. Throw me out of the water with the Submariner, and it'll be the last thing I'll look at because I'll be too consumed with how the hell do I get out of this water. But if I were to think about one watch that will survive this, probably be a Submariner. My preference specifically, the 114060, the 124060, or the 14060 even. All of these subs are cool. Shout out to you if you own one of those and you appreciate it. I think you can't go wrong with it at all. This place is like if Iceland and Hawaii had a baby, they would have given birth to this side of Portugal. There is truly something poetic about watching the sunset from a rim of a volcano, right? It gives you different type of feelings like isolation, rarity, happiness, romance at the same time. It's all mixed together. And in that moment, the one watch that came to my mind, something I've seen that was silently released by Lange&Soehne, out watches and wonders was the Odysseus Honeycomb. And oh my god, man, this watch is a dream, and it will continue to be a dream because they're already allocated. It's not a watch where you say, I'm gonna get out of the house today and I'm gonna go buy a Honeycomb at retail. Like, it doesn't work that way. This is a very special watch. This is more of a collector's dream type of watch because one, it's super expensive. Two, it's extremely difficult to track down. Like, those who had the allocation for these watch are named, they've been counted, and it's already gone, right? So you had the opportunity to get it at retail, or you just don't. And for those who actually thought about letting their pieces go, it will still be an astronomical price. Like, there's not even a point of mentioning these prices. But going back to this watch quick, Honeycomb also attributes the material that is used, which is platinum and gold, that is made by Lange for this watch. Now, it's not only a limited edition, but it's the highest tier of artisanal craftsmanship that you would get from Lange. That's what part of what makes this watch very special. It was whispered during this past Watches and Wonders. It was the most quietest release I've ever... I didn't even know it was there, right? Like, I walked into Lange's showcase and it was there, and I asked about it, and this is how I found out. But I've not read or seen anything about it before that, right? So it was a quiet release, this blend of gold and platinum that you can't go wrong with it, and honestly, it's beautiful. Yes, it comes at a serious price, assuming you can find one. And it's not just a watch, as I said, right? It's a piece of romance, this thing. It's a rare moment captured in metal, a technical and emotional marvel. That's what this thing is, right? And for where I'm at today, I would have thought, like, this would have been a beautiful watch to wear. Just rock some shorts, you know, linen shirt, and this Odysseus. That would be a nice image to fulfill. Every watch tells a story, and not just about timekeeping, where you went, who did you go with, that's very important, and what did you feel in that time. And it would have been nice to mark these experiences with some of the watches I mentioned, like the Submariner and the Tudor. I would have got off the boat and went straight into a seafood dinner. It will never look out of place. Or the Lange, man. You know what? I don't even want to own the Lange. I just want to have one day with this Lange. Yeah. Some things are nice when they just stay a dream. Catch you in the next one.